Alright, hi guys. It's that time of year. I'm putting snakes into brumation for next year, so I can breed them next year. We have 9 snakes to put in brumation. I have to, so I'm going to do a physical on all of them, make sure they don't have any respiratory infections. And I've already started collecting weight data on them, and I'll show that in as a caption on the side, so you can see how much they weigh going into brumation. So I have a good baseline to see how much weight they lose at the end of brumation. This is very important because if they show great weight loss, is a good sign that something's wrong. If over brumation, a snake should only lose a couple of grams, even if it should only lose a couple of grams over brumation. So anything more than, a few grams, that's kind of a problem. So so I'm just going down the list which ones we're checking. We're going to be checking Gallicron. He is a one of my calico black rat snakes, and he is he's 3 years old. I'm going to be doing Koidomi. She's my she's one of my extremely most Okati females, Tesseras. I got Alomi, Gold Dust, Tessera. Both those about 3 years old. Going to be Anerythristic, my diffused red cornsnake, Tessera. I just go with red. She has a Miami look to her, but she's more than just at Miami, so red is probably the most accurate description for her. Then we're going to do Respiratory. She's my possible het Palmetto. She's my strawberry possible het Palmetto corn snake. So I have a Palmetto project, that I'm hoping is going to come to fruition next year. Then we're going to go into Anerythristic, who is my Sundust corn snake, and Kairos Domu, who is my bottle het Palmetto male that I'm going to be breeding Respiratory to. Then we have No, I'm not doing Goriona this year. She's a little too small. Then finally, Obsidia, which is a 3-year-old. Okay, Gallicron's 2 years old. That's right. Obsidia, who is a 3-year-old Eastern black rat snake, and we'll see her when I get her out. So what we're doing today is we're checking for respiratory infections. I have pieces of cardstock. I'm going to fold these in half, and then I'm going to stick the fold into the mouth to open up the mouth so we can look at their glottis and look for saliva and see if anything's wrong. The worst thing you can do to a reptile that has a respiratory infection is to take them off food and put them in the cold for the winter. This is, if they're healthy, they would be fine. They'll lose almost no weight. If they're sick, they're going to lose weight, and any infection is going to run rampant because they're unable to get to the heat. In the wild, a reptile that is that's not healthy would just not brumate as much in the winter. They take every opportunity they can to get to a warmer situation, so they would come out of the winter much more healthy. They may not be as able to breed the next year, but at least they'll be healthier and more likely to survive. So let me go ahead and get started on the first one, and we're going to start with Gallicron, right at the front of the enclosure for whatever reason. So he's going to be easy to grab out. He shed not too long ago. It seems that my snakes have gone to shed. Have gone in and come out of shed real recently. So let me go ahead and pop his mouth open and we can get a good look at him. So I'm using cardstock, but you can use regular paper and just fold it a couple more times. I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to grab him behind the head, and I'm going to push the cardstock.
The focus isn't very good.
Just tap the screen where the focus is. Push the cardstock in between his top and lower jaw, and he should open right up. I haven't really done this with him, so doesn't really understand what's going on, but he's not stressing out too much. He's just doesn't know what's going on. Oh, come on, boy. There we go. Come on, you're fine. Alright, so he looks good. You can see his glottis there. I could see his glottis there a little bit. It looks nice and clear. Didn't hear any strange noises, so he is fine. I'm going to put this put the piece of paper off to the side, not use that again. And as you can see, he's fine. He didn't understand what was going on, but he's not stressed out. Hand above the head, generally. And if that doesn't freak him out, nothing's going to freak him out. So, and he's ready to go back after he's been violated. But you know what? He's healthy, so he will be ready for brumation. I'm going to be breeding Gallicron to Obsidia, and I'm going to be producing Eastern black rat snakes that are probably 1/6 gray rat snake, and they're going to be het for calico, the calico cowsucker gene. Not many people are outcrossing calicos right now, so this would be really great for people who are looking to get new blood into their calico projects. The next one we're going to go through is Koidomi. Koidomi is up in this enclosure, and she is actually in shed right now, but that shouldn't be a problem. She's always super chill. She's just sitting out in the open on top of her hide in the jolly ball. The holy roller, I should say. So I can get her out. And she is beautifully, she's pink right now because she is deep in shed. Her eyes are all milky. I'm just trying to get her out. Right now, it's a little tricky getting them out of the balls. Usually I just let them slither out, which I might just let her do, because that's a little more comfortable for them than trying to pull them out. And she's out. I put the ball back, and not stressful one bit to get her out like that. Alright, so got a fresh piece of paper. As you see, it's not folded. Definitely not using the same one, but I'm going to fold it in half. The reason I'm folding in half is because, as you know, you can get paper cuts, and I really don't want to hurt their mouths any. And so this is just a safety precaution. So once again, we're going to get them behind the head, and just push the paper into the mouth. Oh, come on. She knows what's up now. Now she's pulling her head side to side on me. Come on. Gotta look in your mouth. Alright, her mouth looks about the same as Gallicron's. See if I can see it one more time. And then you can look on the underside of the paper, and her glottis looks clear. She's not really breathing too much on there. She goes, now she's breathing through it, and she is fine. Yep. Paper to the side. Throw away that later. and she is calm and collected, even in shed. So, yep. She's like, what was that about? But you're healthy, you're good. So we're not worried about her going into brumation. She's gonna come out great. She weighs about 350 to 370 grams. Since when I last time I weighed her, I don't remember exactly, but she is looking good. She's pink because she's in blue, which looks amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put her back up and get the next snake out. Now I'm gonna get out a Lomi, and she shed about a few days ago. She shed, like they're all going to shed right now, which is, I wonder if that's like a yearly cycle for them, like they do it all at once. And a Lomi is my gold dust Tessera, and there is a possibility that she is het for Sunkiised. But this is a Lomi. I'm repeating a Lomi to Anerythristic. If she is het Sunkiised, then I will get Tessera Sundust Cornsnakes, which be, I think, a world first. I don't think anyone has produced any Tessera Sundust yet. But I will be, from that pairing, I will be getting gold dusts. I will be getting ultra caramel Tesseras, and I'll be getting butter Tesseras, and I'll be getting non-Tesseras in there too. But let's go ahead and open her mouth up and let's see how she's doing. I have no reason to believe that she has had any problems, but you know, we're gonna check anyway. Looks like the top of her mouth is looking good, and the bottom of her mouth is looking good. Her glottis is opening and fine with her breathing. And yeah, looks like she's doing great, and she wasn't upset with that. And yeah, she's happy as can be. A little confused, but she is good to go for brumation. So I'll let her go hide, and she's a good length for her size, great condition. So she, with Anerythristic, will be producing hopefully some sun dust. That'd be amazing. She will be producing more gold dusts and ultra caramel het Sunkiised for sure, which I'm really excited to get. And she'll be producing butters, and all that will be possible. All that has a 50% chance of being Tesseras, so pretty nice. This is my big project for the my big long-term project that I've been planning since the beginning. We're now going to look at Alex. Wait, no, we're not going to look at Anerythristic. Anerythristic is in shed right now. No, she's on a shed. I fed her like 2 days ago, so I don't want to bother her. I just want to make sure I have plenty of time to digest that food. But she is, but I'll check that when I get to all. I'll check out tomorrow when I have time. As we've seen, we've been doing checkups on my snakes before putting them in brumation, just making sure that everything is looking okay and they're nice and healthy before we take them off heat and take them off food for 2 months at least. And I was going through. I couldn't do Anerythristic with the other ones because I just fed her, but you know, I then checked Anerythristic the next day I could, and she had some redness in her mouth, and her glottis wasn't like pressing down to get out of the way like normally a rat snake would, and she looked like she had a bump around her tongue in front of her glottis. So I was really concerned about that, and I saw a couple of red spots, and her neck back, like behind her, just behind her jaw, that was swollen. It wasn't hard. It was soft. It was soft. And you see this with rat snakes from time to time. People will post questions about it online. No one's really sure what it is, but But as a precaution, because I was putting her into pre-brumation, I was like, let's get her checked out by the vet and make sure that she's doing okay before we take her off heat and take her off food and put her down for 2 months, you know. And you get back from the vet, and she is doing good. Let me be careful. Don't want to show the information, too much information, because it has address and other information on it. But down here we see the receipt from the vet, and she is good to go. So yeah, she was healthy. Once again, took a snake to the vet. Paid 60. How much did I pay? $73 just to show a healthy snake to the vet. But you know, you have to take these precautions to make sure that the snake is healthy. We have Anerythristic in here in the travel container, and she's had an adventure today. You know, poked and prodded. There we go. Prodded and poked, and she's ready. She's had an adventure for the day, so I won't be getting her out later on. But she's healthy. The only comment was that she is a little heavy and whatnot. So, but that was mainly because I've been power feeding. I power fed her for like a month to get her weight up to overbreeding weight, and they weighed her. She was 310-ish grams. So looks like she's already, you know, shed off a little bit of that extra food that I had in her, just passing it out. But she should be good to go for breeding next year. But I'll be breeding her to Tesseras, and I'll get some true blood reds, which the Mazik gene from Tesseras. There'll be Tesseras in there because of both Tesseras. 25% chance of a super Tessera, which looks like a regular Tessera, but the super Tessera will produce all Tesseras because they have the 2 copies of the Tessera gene. Then there was also the so they'll be diffused and they'll be not diffused. Tesseras is a visual het peach, so half the babies will be visual het peach. So this is more of an interesting pairing. Probably not the most valuable pairing I have going on, but definitely an interesting pairing, and should be. I don't know. Might get something cool out of that. So not going to do Anerythristic, but we will go ahead and get Tesseras out. Now Tesseras is my strawberry possible het Palmetto. Palmetto is a really expensive gene. If she turns out to be het Palmetto, then 1/4 of the babies that she has with Kairos will be Palmettos, and if they have the healthy eyes that you hope to get with all if they have normal eyes, then we're looking at a $600 snake. If they have big eyes on the Palmettos, then we're looking at like a $300 snake. But so Palmettos are white snake with spots for the Cornsnakes. So very visually stunning snake, and make good pets even if they have the big eyes. But for breeders, we want normal sized eyes, so we're hoping that's going to be okay. So as I was saying so she is a strawberry corn snake, so her colors are a bit more brighter, and she has less of the black on her, and her blacks are not truly black; they're more of a gray. So that being a hypomelanistic gene, and then Kairos is a butter het. He's a butter het palmetto. So their babies, if they produce a palmetto, those palmettos will be het for strawberry, amelanistic, and caramel, which are very three stunning genes color-wise. And so those will not show up in the babies, but breeding those babies back to each other or to other snakes, they have a very high breeding potential. So this is a very exciting project if she does prove out to be het palmetto, which I think she's going to, but we won't know until next year. And very exciting clutch, because I mean, either I produce $50 babies, or I'm producing $600 babies. So hopefully we get lucky. So let's go ahead and pop her mouth open. She shed recently also. Like I said, all these snakes have shed recently, which is kind of funny. I'm going to fold the paper, and this is the part that she's not going to like too much, but she gets regularly handled, so she's not going to be, she's a little too trusting right now, but as soon as she figures out what's up, she's not going to be happy. Come on. Alright, top of the mouth looks good. Bottom of the mouth looks the same as the other ones, and looks like she was breathing good. See if I can get it for y'all to see.
Can't see.
But she's looking good. No excess saliva. So she is good to go into brumation. Nah, she's not going to drink. Let me just pop it back up into her favorite little spot. And she is good. Next snake we're going to get out is going to be Anerythristic. Anerythristic is my Sundust cornsnake. Sundust is the gold dust gene plus the Sunkiised gene, and gold dust is het ultra, het amelanistic. Those two genes share the same locale, and those two mutations share the same locale on the gene. Correct way to say it. So they will produce, when an ultramel is bred to another ultramel, you will get 25% amelanistics, you will get 25% ultra, and then you'll get 50% ultramels. His babies with the Lomi will be mostly gold dust, with that if she's het Sunkiised, half the babies will be Sundust. Well, we'll be Sunkiised. I have to go into the odds of everything, but we're looking at a very wide selection of possibilities that we should see just about everything. We'll have Tessera babies, of course. We'll have, all the babies will be caramel, and we'll have ultramels, we'll have bottles, we'll have caramel ultras, we will have, if she's het Sunkiised, then we'll have the Sunkiised, then we'll have Sundust in there too, and hopefully I produce a world force, and that'd be really cool to do. So I haven't really taken many pictures of Anerythristic in a while. So what stands out on Sundust is the saddle borders are even less black than what you saw on the Lomi, so they're more brown. Being caramel, it gets rid of all the red and instead leaves, kind of enhances the yellows, so you get more of that golden color and whatnot. He is probably het Sindel, so that's why he's a little more gray than Alomi is, versus Alomi is mostly kind of that yellow and gold look. He doesn't have very thick saddle bottles, but I'll be breeding him to the extreme reverse Okati Tesseras also, so we're going to have babies that are nice thick saddle bottles that's going to be walking into the project. He is the linchpin of my main breeding project. He's going to be bred to 3. Wait, 1, 2. I have to count them. Yeah, next year he's getting bred to 2 females, and the year after that he'll be bred to 3 females. So he is going to be busy next year, to say the least. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop his mouth open and see how he's looking. And so he sounds fine, like he's not having any problems breathing. He's perfectly healthy as far as I could tell so far. Haven't really popped his mouth open yet, but you know, let's go ahead and do that now and see how he is looking. Oh, he's not gonna. He's a little bit young. He's a year younger than the other ones, so we're going to. He's not as so relaxed, but top of his mouth looks good. Bottom of his mouth looks good. His glottis is opening with breathing, and so he'll be good for next year. Did drop a little bit of saliva on it, but nothing excessive. So he is good for breeding next year. So let me go ahead and put him up, and we are going to get Kairos Domu out next. Kairos Domu is a little bit smaller, and I'm not quite sure that he wouldn't just slip out of these bins. So I still have him in his bin I've always had him in, but he has not quite outgrown it yet, and I'm not quite sure if he's big enough to not slip right out of this. So let me go ahead and get him out, and we will see how he is doing. So I'll pull him out of his little paper towel roll. This is Kairos Domu. He is a butter corn snake, and he is a het Palmetto. And so the het Palmetto doesn't really do too much visually. In a normal corn snake, it'll make them slightly hypomelanistic look, but in snakes that are already amelanistic or hypomelanistic in appearance, you really can't tell if it's there or not. But he comes from Travis Whistler Reptiles, which is very credible, and I have no reason to believe that he's not a het Palmetto. So let me go ahead and get the paper. So once again, I'm bringing him to Xerastraza. Xerastraza being the strawberry possible het Palmetto. So this is the exciting clutch of either $50 corn snakes or $600 corn snakes. So we will see. And as you can tell, he is significantly smaller than the other ones. He is a breeder size for females, but I'm just trying to get a little more weight on him going into brumation. He's going to get one more meal with me, and then he's going to get fed a bunch when I bring him out of brumation, and then that's it. He has one job to do, and he's going to have to do it. Alright, come on. Get your mouth open. So he's looking fine in his mouth top. Almost got a good look at his bottom jaw. Alright. And we're looking good in there. I don't know if you can see it. But I couldn't see him breathe, so but his inside of his mouth looks good. His glottis, didn't see it open, but that looked fine. Not seeing any extra mucus even on the cord, so he's probably fine, but I just want to see for sure. But I have no reason to believe that he is sick. But, you know, it's just a precaution thing. But it looks like he is not willing, does not want to play ball. Come on. Alright. Can't really see his mouth open too much, but he's not opening his glottis too much, but I can see it for a second there. Looked clear. So we are good. No excess saliva on the cord. So we are good. Sorry, little buddy. But, you know, I can touch the top of his head now, and he's fine. He's not freaking out. It was just uncomfortable for him. It's something new. Most animals will not let you pry their mouths open. They don't like it. So I'm going to go ahead and put them back. And we will get out a straws next. Just double checking. Yep. We are going to go in with going into straws now. Which Heidi's under. There he is. Alright. Get that piece of bedding off of you. So Anerythristic, he shed not long ago. Also, he's Mazik, Tessera, Peach. All three of those are heterozygous in him. So, and they're all dominants or incomplete dominant genes. If he was a homozygous peach, he'd be even brighter, and his blacks would not be as black. But we don't have too many examples of homozygous peaches that are a normal color like Anerythristic is. So he's just a little bit brighter. He's nice, has a nice red to him. He has decent, good yellows on his side, just about what you expect to see from a Tessera cornsnake. He is the Mazik, which is part of the blood red phenotype that you see, and his belly is very much representative of a Mazik belly with the checkles being split to the sides instead of being regular checkles that you saw in Anachronos. So let's go ahead and pop his mouth open and see how he's looking. New piece of paper. And he's not going to like this. So he only eats quail for me in chicken chick. Well, I haven't tried a chicken chick yet, but he's only eating quail chicks for me. But I don't think that's a mouth problem for him. His roof of his mouth looks fine. And his glottis looks fine. So he won't bite me. This snake will not bite. Because he's just very cautious of what he lets in his mouth, because he hates mice. So, but he looked good. I don't know if you got a chance to see into his glottis, but it all looked good to me. No excess saliva, and he's happy as can be. Touch the top of his head. He doesn't care. So, you know, good, happy, relaxed snake. Healthy. I just need to get him onto, if I can get him onto mice, that'd be amazing. Gonna be transitioning him up to chicken chicks because those are a little bit more, those are significantly larger than the quail chick hatchlings. So we will see how he's doing. So we've seen how he's doing. So he's ready for brumation next year. All right, the final snake I'm getting out is Obsidia. Let me go ahead and stick my body in here and pull her out. All right, she's all the way in the back corner, which is lovely. And she is a beautiful snake. I was like, oh, how's that? Like, so, if you want a black corn snake, don't bother. Get a black rat snake instead. They have the same pattern as a normal corn snake, but they're black, and that is amazing. And there might be, I think I've seen like little bits of red, like right there in between the scales. You can see it. And you can see maybe like a hint of brown in there, but she's mostly black. She still has the pattern. Those Eastern black rat snakes are like jet black compared to Onyxia in the corner behind me. Onyxia is like mostly black and still has like white on her belly with like faint outlines of pattern, but Onyxia has nice contrasting whites, so she is beautiful and I love her, and she's easy to handle and whatnot. So let me go ahead and get a fresh card, and we'll pop her mouth open and make sure that she's doing all right. She does have a yellow belly, which is interesting. I think she might come from the Carolinas, which do have overlap with the which there'll be natural overlap with the Everglades and yellow rat snakes. So she might have a little yellow in her on her belly because of that. So she's definitely not used to this. So let me go ahead and pop her mouth open. Colors are fine, gray and white, a little bit of pink, but not unusual. You see her glottis real good right there. And yeah, no excess saliva. We're good. So she is ready for brumation and to be bred next year. She weighs about 540 grams. Being a black rat snake, they are a larger species and therefore have larger eggs. So for safety reasons, it is recommended to go with 500 grams before brumation to make sure they're going to be safe to breed. Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. I'm shifting over to this and getting a dedicated ending, just because not long after that last point in the video, I got a call by a scammer, and this really threw everything off. So anyway, thanks for watching. This has really been the this is my breeding plans for next year, as well as just the health checkups. Yeah, I took Alex Trouser to the vet. She was fine, but you have to make sure that your snakes are going to be healthy before you breed them and whatnot. So this is just part of making sure that it's going to be okay, and everything looks good. I'm really excited, and I'm glad that that will almost heal, and we're almost producing babies already. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and yeah, stick around.